Welcome back to the Touchline Podcast, episode 59. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. Boys, another day, another pod.
Yeah.
How you been? Been all right?
Good,
Very good. The weekend, that was crazy, that what we did.
Another episode of the House series. That episode you're talking about is
Yeah.
going up the next week.
Yeah.
This week is another big episode. I can't wait for this one.
It's a massive
If
one,
this
man.
flops, man, I'll be pissed.
Oh,
this one flops.
it's going to work for sure.
Nah,
sure
it
flop.
would.
Before we get into the pod, congrats on your business, Anthony.
Oh,
congrats
thank you
on
very
this.
much. And
What's
I'm
it
going to be
called?
promoting it. It's Inspire Carpet Upholstery Care. So, like, what I'm going to be doing, like, steam cleaning carpets,
Yeah.
like staircase, cars as well, like a lot of people love steam cleaning their cars because, they get dirty and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
So it's good to do a proper job and,
Surely the podcast boys get a discount.
of course, yeah, I will give you a discount. So
Yeah,
these are the first
in
ones.
Bashara,
anyway.
in Bashara terms, that means in
What's
Bashara
the-
terms, that means it's not. We're not getting.
No,
a
it
discount.
will happen.
We're not getting no discount.
No,
let's
you
face
will
it.
get a discount for
my,
sure.
my ass would.
Is
I'm
there a
joking.
discount code for the fans if they want to get a discount?
Is there a
Well, I haven't
discount code?
thought about that. Yeah, but this is the beginning now.
okay.
So
Why Inspire Cleaning?
look, to be honest, man, like you just want to. How can I
It's
say
like
it?
we're
Like,
interviewing him for the.
no, it's just like you want to do a proper job professionally, and plus like speaking to customers, like getting to know them too, and doing the right job at the same time, and
So you're inspiring them.
like
Yeah.
like trying to inspire people, like.
to be honest.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's a good name.
Well,
Should have
that-
called it ABC Cleaning.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but the problem was when I was trying to register my business name on the website,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work. So I was trying to think of millions of names,
That's all right.
thinking of like,
And that came up.
yeah.
So
it,
why would
it
you-
didn't work out.
It's
The
not, like the,
ABC.
it's not like the average.
No, I was trying to put AB Cleaning Services. Didn't work out.
Well,
It's existed.
Oh, that's
I'm, sure
a good
there's,
one.
I'm sure there's a
Yeah.
million Inspire Cleaning services.
Not really. I was very surprised that when I put that name of it, the Inspire Carpet Upholstery Care, it came up.
That's right.
It worked out.
Before,
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
going.
So one of the guys and the lady that I was doing the steam cleaning course last year, they actually told me, they gave me an idea. So they helped me out with it.
That's all right, man.
Because I paid like $500 for it. So they help you out with anything.
Well, Anthony, it's not the cleaning podcast.
No, it's the
Look, it's a
Touchline
Touchline podcast. Talk about all things
Maybe,
sport.
maybe you can vlog one day, like you cleaning. Other
Yeah, I
people's
might try to do that. It's in the works. No, I know. It could be in the
But
works.
anyways, look, the NRL season's almost upon
Silly
us.
man.
I can't wait for this NRL season. We got the Trolls this week.
Soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, the NRL.
We got who's this week? We got Storms.
We got Melbourne Storm coming in.
Melbourne,
Yeah.
Belmore.
And then the
I
week
can't
after
wait.
we got
The
Cronulla
20
Sharks.
The 2024 season's about to happen, and
It
look,
feels long since the seat. It feels
yeah,
forever.
man, it feels like forever.
Yeah.
I mean, no, in a way, nah.
For
I
me,
feel like
it's
'cause
taken
we've been
too
doing
long.
the pod, we've been talking about topics.
You can say that too.
But
Look, to be honest, I'm actually excited for the NRL season, but at the same time, it's going to be a very different competition this year
Yeah,
compared
it
to
is.
last year. Because last year,
Tougher, you reckon?
I think
Or
it's
a
going to
bit
be
easier?
tougher. No, I think it'll be tougher.
Tougher?
Like,
Well,
I'm just
anyways.
yeah. So,
yeah, Well, finish what we better say.
no, I'm just saying because it's going to get tougher because last year I think it was too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Penrith winning back to back to back, but I think this year's going to be very, very tough.
Hopefully so.
So hopefully a different team
Yeah.
could be in the grand final.
Well,
Different teams will be in the finals.
anyways, let's
Yeah.
get straight into league talk.
scored in the corner.
Let's talk about the Manly thrashing against the
Yeah.
Rabbitohs. What
Yeah.
was the score? 68 to 6.
68.
Was that what was it? Is
was
it
against-
pre-trials or what is it?
Yeah, it was a
It's not
pre-season
part
trial.
of the pre-season challenge, but
Yeah.
it was a trial match. They did verse majority of reserve graders, but still, and I'm pretty sure Manly didn't have their full score too. So to beat a team 68-6 is impressive. Luke Brooks was the man of the moment, setting up 3 tries in the first half. He only played 45 minutes. They subbed him off in the second half. But yeah, to win 68-6 is impressive. But as I said, reserve grade.
Yeah.
Rabbitohs are missing players. Manly aren't probably, despite winning 686, they probably aren't at full strength yet. So Luke Brooks was the man that everyone was wanting to watch, and to
Yeah.
set up 3 tries in your first game, it's just a confidence booster.
But
for
as you said, it's against
reserve grade.
youngins, man. It's
Exactly.
reserve
Yeah.
grade, so
Preseason
it's not really saying anything.
Yeah,
For
no,
Luke
it doesn't
Brooks.
say anything.
Preseason
Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Look
Yeah,
at Tigers
yeah.
last year, 2 wins in preseason, and they flogged both those teams.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
happened during the season? They got
They screwed up. Yeah.
So it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Preseason.
Yeah, preseason never indicates how good you're gonna be.
Yeah.
It's all about when the season starts. But with Luke Brooks setting up three tries, do you think? Is that a glimpse of what he can do for the Manly? Do you think he can be the ball?
I just said it. He's versing reserve grade players.
Yeah, it's still early,
It's-
right now.
It's a good sign, but
Yeah.
it's not the tell-all for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Look,
enough.
I'm gonna say it's too early now. Like with the preseason, what's happening now. But I think it was a good move that he needed to go to Manly, because after all those years with Tigers, they struggled a lot. You've seen it, like the last 7 years. Yeah. So I think that was a good move for Luke Brooks to go to Manly, to fresh start for himself and for his career. So I think it could help him and Daly Cherry Evans together with that combinations together for 6 and 7. So if they do play good this year in the NRL, we'll see what happens. But it's too early now, so we got to wait and see.
I think they've got a good team. I think last year they finishing 11th wasn't the worst season for them. I think they did improve. Yeah. And signing Luke Brooks, I think he's gonna have a good season.
He will have a better season than he has been having at Tigers.
Because Tigers are known for a club that isn't really a successful club in recent years. Manly are known to be a team that's always in finals
all the time.
When you're in a better team that's structured well, they're winning games.
You perform better.
And you know, on the Rabbitohs now, we said they played their reserve grades. They could potentially be bringing reserve grades at the start of season. Campbell Graham out. Cody Walker's potentially going to miss at least maybe round 1, round 2. Even Tyrone Munro, Adokar's mate, whatever, he's gone too. So that's not how you want to start the season. Really. It's bad news. So
and look, they can't make it to the final series because what was the stat?
You know what? They'll still make finals.
Teams that concede over 50 don't make it to finals.
That's exactly
So I think it's done. It's done before it even starts.
So it's a big blow for Rabbitohs. They do. Braden Birds is there, so he could be a good help. Like he probably going to centers, and he does the job. He was very good at the Bulldogs, despite no one really praising him. I think he was an unsung hero. He played good every time he put that shirt on.
I think he's replacing Tass in centers.
He probably might start. So it's a good move for Braden Birds. He gets his go. But now we move on to Jordan Malata. He was there was a video of him with The Rock
on NRL.com.
NRL, you know, of course they're going to Las Vegas, and he was with The Rock. But he talks during that video. He talks down the sport about saying, "Oh, the NFL's tougher." So
this is what the NRL played it out to be. This is what really got to me. It's like they're saying as if this guy's promoting the sport for him. Like the NRL was promoting it, saying like, he had the video. He had his phone in front of The Rock, showing him the promo video, and they said promo video on the video. And then they cut out the other part of that video where he was talking, where The Rock's like, it's like, I think he was saying it's like the NFL. And he's like, I don't know, man. It's like, The Rock's like, it's a tough sport. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, cut the cameras. NRL didn't upload that. And then I comment on one of the posts. I'm like, upload the full video. Because like they've obviously paid this guy. He's got a paycheck to promote the NRL.
And he used to play footy as well.
Exactly. So I think that's why he's dirty. And to my point, they're paying this guy to promote the NRL Vegas. And then like for him to say that, like surely like they're not happy about it. Surely like there's got to be a conversation there. It's like, why are you talking down the sport in front of a big figure like The Rock? If the Rock was backing the NRL, he shouldn't be backing the NRL. This should be the other way around. I get it. The NRL's done you dirty and whatnot. But at the same time, man, like you're getting a paycheck for promoting this sport. Just suck it up and promote it. I was really
just do your job.
Man. I was really angry about what he said. Did you see the video?
I saw a bit of it, a bit of the glimpse.
Even if you think NRL isn't tougher than NFL, just put on an act.
He's been on many podcasts saying that.
He's
been saying it constantly. Like I get, like again, we get it. You've been done hard by the NRL, saying you're too big and whatnot. You're earning $100 million at the NFL right now,
and you're playing with the top team. So
why do you care? Why do you like? How does it benefit you saying it's a less tougher sport?
Exactly.
No.
Say it on podcasts and that, but not when you've been hired by the actual NRL officials to promote the business, and then he goes say something like that
seen him,
in front of like the press, the media.
Everyone was around him. The media was around him too.
They still promote it.
Exactly, and it's in a way it's like he's doing it on purpose. He's as you said, like he's annoyed that he didn't get his chance. And you go and say something like that when you know you're doing a job for them. So
look, if that was me, I'll take the bag and I run. I don't care. I'll say what I have to say. He's getting it. He's probably got a meal from that or whatever. Good money from saying what he said or doing what he did to The Rock, showing him that video. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, I think NRL is tougher than NFL.
NRL is tougher.
There's no padding, no headgear, nothing.
Every single NFL fan that reacts to the NRL, what do they say? Oh, no helmets, no padding.
Maybe not now these days, but back in the days it was crazy.
I reckon it's still.
No, it's still.
I still think it is.
But even a lot of Americans,
if American fans watch back in the days, they'll like...
It's tougher.
Yeah, but now they've been watching it on YouTube. They're always reacting about like the NRL videos. And like, oh my God, like they just go crazy about it.
Could it be for show? Could they just be saying that?
No, they're actually saying it.
Could the fans just be saying that for the views?
Maybe.
It depends.
They're racking up a lot of views on those videos.
Yeah, but they're getting a lot of views
at the same time, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
No helmets, no shimp, no pads, no whatever.
Look, 2 weeks. Yeah, go.
No,
2 weeks before Vegas, NRL's are set to commence. And yet again, Adam Reynolds and Patrick Carrigan have been involved in a fight.
Captain, vice captain.
That's
what a bad look.
Is that a good look heading into Las Vegas?
No,
what's going to happen in Vegas in 2 weeks?
Not about what's going to happen in Vegas. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what's going to happen?
They got drunk in a fight, and then they both like had a conflict in that.
Yeah.
Imagine what's going to happen in Vegas. Are they going to have a night at the casino and get drunk, have a fight?
Like,
well, we had this conversation a few weeks ago on the pod.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to see any NRL going onto a strip and do something stupid in that, because they're going to give themselves a bad name.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why they just got to be very sensible when they go to Vegas in a group with their mates, with their coaches, with their managers. They got to be very careful, because one little thing happens at America, you know, coppers there. It's a different level compared to here.
And look, that was just a fan day. There was just a few drinks after a big fan.
And they had a bit of a brawl or a bit of an argument.
After a Broncos fan day, they had a few drinks after. This was the story. Adam Reynolds was like to Pat Carrigan, it's time to go home, mate. Hop in that Uber and go home. And he was refusing. That's why there was a bit of a push and shove. And then look, Pat Carrigan said it's embarrassing. They both said their sorries and whatnot. But look, you're saying what's going to happen in Vegas.
That's going to be 10 times worse.
Hold on. Are they even going to make it to Vegas? Are the NRL going to fine them? Are they going to suspend them? Like, this is like right before the NRL season starts. We know the first game is in Vegas. So will they get suspended for 2 games, 3 games? What are the NRL going to do? Is Kevin Walters going to sort it out with the NRL? Because I heard
they have to do something about it. Yeah,
I heard he's going to sort out an agreement so that way they don't miss out.
So they don't miss out. Fine. They probably best case scenario for them is
how much you reckon the fine if they give it to them, like 100,000, 50,000?
It'll be
maybe less.
It's not like punches.
Big, it's just like little shoves and
maybe less. Than
but it's still embarrassing too. Like you have the 2 biggest players from Brisbane, like doing those little things. Captain and vice captain.
They're gonna set an example for the youngins, man.
Exactly,
especially Reece Walsh
with his experience.
Like for instance, Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh sees this now. The senior players in Adam Reynolds and Pat Carrigan, they're captains. He's not going to be saying, oh, why, like, I should be doing that. But he's going to be like, all right, if they can do it, gives me a bit of leniency. I can do what I want in Vegas.
Yeah. So
back to our point from a few weeks ago. Could this guy let loose in Vegas? Who knows?
Look, you never know. I think this is like a warning to what can happen in Vegas. And that's why maybe it's a blessing in disguise that happened now.
Yeah.
So they know, okay, we got to be careful when we go in Vegas because we know we can't do anything stupid. So maybe it could be in a way that, okay, this happened, it won't happen again.
Yeah.
So maybe in a way you could see it that way. But again, even Adam Reynolds, like with the experience he has, he's played for Origin, he's been in grand finals, and to do that, and you're like 33, with Carrigan, who's younger than you.
A bit younger,
That's why I think it's so important that before they head off to Vegas, there has to be rules. Like we talked about 2 weeks ago on the pod, it's so important so it doesn't ruin the game's image.
And their reputation as well.
The retation. That's what's important for them to keep that reputation good and
be clean as well. Like when you do your job and then you come back safe.
Because all the promotion, all the marketing could go to the bin.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll probably be a waste.
Could very well.
End of the day. So
well, look, we got to wait now to see what's going to happen with them. We'll probably get an answer within the next 2 weeks before the Vegas opens. But another news is now from the Roosters. We know Suwali's on his way out next year. That news was confirmed last year or 2 years ago too. But now Joey Manu is set to leave Roosters at the end of the season to join French rugby. So another big Roosters player. Better than Suwali is leaving the Roosters. So that's another big miss.
That's a bigger miss.
That will be a big, massive miss. He's a good player, man. Like, he plays with heart.
What's good about Manu is that he can play a number of positions.
He does.
Centre, fullback, and 5'8". And I think his best position is 5'8". I think, like, fantasy, I know it's just fantasy points, but every time he's in that position, he gets big points.
Yeah, he actually does.
To create chances, score tries. So I think it's a big asset that's leaving the club.
Yeah, and not just the club, but for the sport. You know, he's a massive player, And to lose someone like that, of that caliber, it's going to be a big blow. Again, as I said, not to Roosters, but the whole sport, because many people look up to him. Many people think he's, top 10 in the league. So to lose someone like that, it's a massive
And he's
blow.
not like a hated player in the competition.
No.
Everyone likes him.
He's very
I think he's likable. That's the thing. Like, everyone loves around him.
Yeah.
But don't forget, like, he's a good player too, and he's representing New Zealand as well in international level. But I think he's going to be hard, like, to leave NRL. Like, that's the hardest thing.
Big move.
Yeah, like, it is a big move.
It really came out of nowhere.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, it was a very surprising thing. As soon as I saw it,
I think there was an interview or press conference before that about discussing if he was going to ever leave Roosters or join another competition.
Yeah.
That was before they confirmed it, and he did hint something. He said, "No, I love the Roosters. Maybe one day I'll leave the club." And look, a week later,
these players are always leaving the club for the bigger bag.
Yeah.
He's probably getting a bigger bag at French rugby now. That's why he's leaving. Like, I don't think he wants to leave the Roosters.
Yeah, he probably
It's
does.
hard. It's hard to leave a club, but you've been
is he gonna?
You've been there for so long.
But is he gonna play well French rugby, like a different level, bro? That you've never played rugby in your life, you know?
When you switch codes, whether it's NFL or rugby, you just got to wait and see, because you can't really tell. It's because, again, unless he has some experience in rugby, he might be good.
It's a very similar sport.
It is.
It's very similar, yes.
But it's more tough as well, rugby. Don't think it's easy. Like,
it is,
Look, there's
scrums,
pros and
everything.
cons about this. Cons, they're losing one of their best players, and pros is that they can use that money for someone else. Who knows? Maybe months
they got a lot
join the club.
But they got a lot of good players too from
addition.
Roosters. They're all signed this year. Dominic Young. Who else came in as well?
They still have very good players.
There's a few players coming
They
in.
got Kiwi, Sam Walker in the halfback position.
That guy Wong.
Yeah, Wong as well.
He's good.
He's
He's
very
good.
So
Oh, and Spencer Lenu as well
Yeah,
for Penrith.
yeah.
That's a big bonus as well for them.
So yeah, Roosters are building, and
They are.
it's a shame that he's leaving now, because 2 steps forward now, 1 step forward, 2 steps back now. So
And he's won premierships as well, twice, I think.
he's won twice.
Twice, yeah.
So yeah, it's as we've all said, it's a massive blow for the Roosters and also for the competition.
Could be a motivation for him to win the premiership this year.
Potentially.
We'll see. But Bill, we want to talk about this topic.
This came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
No,
This was like the biggest surprise. As soon as I saw it on Instagram, we're talking about the GOAT from UFC.
I actually didn't recognize him.
John Jones. John Jones comes to Belmore to see the Dogs.
Yeah.
Like,
usually you see that. We've seen Alex Pereira link up with the Storm. We've seen many.
Hugh Jackman with
Hugh Jackman,
one of the
obviously,
segments,
was a
Manly.
Yeah, anyways, but we've seen stars link up with,
I think that's the biggest.
with clubs, big clubs. I don't think the Dogs have ever gotten this before.
No,
I don't think we've ever got like a star of that caliber
And the way
to come and link up with the Dogs.
linked up with the Dogs. He had a good connection with them, like Addo.
Yeah.
Even Preston. And they were getting
Jonathan Ronnie.
He
He.
couldn't say it, and he kicked the goal. His passing in the half was terrible.
Tackling.
He's
That tackle, I saw that. That was funny.
He's putting a lot of weight, John Jones.
actually
Man.
did.
He looks completely.
Like, I didn't recognize him at all. I thought it was just some chubby black guy. Like, honestly, I didn't expect John Jones to be there, man. But like,
That was a big unexpected. Like, it was a big
reckon
surprise.
he had at Belmore.
Maybe
at Jabil's.
Surely he went to Jabil's.
Big shout out to Jabil's.
Surely he went to
You reckon he
Jabil's.
had a meeting? Like,
Apparently he's gonna sign.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I know. That's like
200,000 maybe.
Apparently Connor's.
make it 400.
Apparently Connor's on that list too.
Hey?
Conor McGregor.
Gus got the biggest pool.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
gonna get McGregor too. Don't
You
worry.
reckon John Jones would make
We'll
a good
see.
footy player?
What is it?
John Jones will make a good footy player.
But did you see the tackle?
The tackle was good.
Did you see that? I'm like, someone drug test him right now.
Yeah.
That's a 10 out of 10.
If he's back in shape, he can get in for 20 minutes, cause destruction.
100%. Where would you play John Jones?
If he's-
Someone of his.
Like-
Got to be in the forward pack.
like
Forward pack,
Put
easy.
him forward. Yeah.
Are you talking about like a prime John Jones or like this John
Yeah,
Jones?
like he's the heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
He's
probably
still the heavyweight.
a second rower.
Yeah, I'll put him
Is he
prop.
fast?
I'll put him prop.
I'll put him second
Yeah.
rower.
Yeah, he'll cause this.
Mate,
Yeah,
who,
well.
who did he tackle?
I think one of the
That
trainers.
was one
I
of the
think it was
trainers.
Luke Goodwin.
Was it Luke Goodwin?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Luke Goodwin.
The trainer.
It could be. Yeah, the trainer.
Yeah, he slammed him, man.
He-
Like bloody Batista.
They should've got him
Spine
on one.
buster.
that was funny.
They should have got him on one of the players.
Yeah,
that would have been good.
They had a bit of a face off with him and Stephen Crichton, and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that
He
was
was
a funny.
even teaching him how to fight.
Yeah, that's right. He was showing them the techniques and that. But you know what? John Jones, he's one of the GOATs from the UFC. He's actually the best fighter of all time.
To have him in Belmore, man. Like I wish I knew about this. I would have snuck into Belmore and like.
But after his injury and everything like that's happened to him after the fight and stuff. But he's going to recover back and he's going to go back in shape the next few months and he's going to return. We don't know when that's going to return.
Yeah. So 2 days until we return back to Belmore. Bulldogs versus Storm, first trial match. But the first question we're going to say. Ask, can Bulldogs win that match?
Yeah.
It should be a good game. I think it should be a good win.
No Fox.
Yeah. There's no Fox. There's no who else is?
No kick out.
Yeah,
look, a trials is always a trials.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like it's just to get your fitness up, to get used to playing again. But again, it'll be good if we can win.
Yes.
The most important thing I want to see is just improvement. Because if you don't see improvement, regardless if it's a trial, I will be a bit concerned. If there's no style to
if you're playing half your reserve grade squad, like what's the point?
So, but I know what you're saying, but
you look at last year.
Reserve grade have been training with them. So in a way they should have a style where they know how they want to play.
Yeah.
So as I said, it's not massive, but I'd be a bit concerned if we're lacking that, attacking style. Our defense is leaking points again.
Because that was a problem for the last 5 years, our defense and attack. So if that doesn't improve in preseason, again, like what Sammy said, it's just preseason.
Yeah.
But still, it's important to set a foundation heading into the season.
100%.
So it's key that we do get
last
the win.
week, last year against the Sharks trials, we leaked points. I think it was Tigers or something. We leaked a lot of points.
Yeah, we actually did.
I think it was Sharks. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If we have an identity where we can attack, our defense looks good, then you start to feel a bit of hope heading into the season.
Better.
Just better. Just an improvement.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
If we don't see no improvement, I'll be a bit worried.
If you win in the trials match, you get confidence and you get ready for the season.
Exactly. Well, but just the thing is, like when it comes to trials, you have to prove yourself and you got to prove to the coaching staff that what position that you want to be in. But don't forget, we need to fix our defense because the whole defense system hasn't been the best the last 7, 8 years, 9 years. So now this is why in the trials they need to fix their defense up. They got to be aware when the player comes in. They got to be very ready to go. So when they have their teammates together, they're going to be like, "I'm with you. Let's defend. Like let's help each other out." Yeah. So this is what we want to see. And communication. Communication is a must on the field.
Also, I think it's so important this year that we don't concede like points when we're in the 50-meter line.
Yeah.
Middle, because last year we didn't like the amount of
because we didn't say anything about
conceded. It was like unreal.
We didn't see anything of that last year. Yeah. This is what we want to see this year in the 2024. Yeah. So when it comes to like third or fourth tackle or fifth tackle, they need to spread out wide. Sorry, I don't know if you remember back in 2014, 2015 when they had Cassiano, Pritchard, Hocko, Josh Reynolds. Yeah. When they had those plays, their combinations, I want to see that this year in 2024. Exactly, I want to see that in fourth, fifth tackle if they can spread out wider instead of being jumbled together. Yeah, that's not going to work out. How are you going to win games like that?
Which player are you keen to watch on Thursday night?
Look, I would have been keen to see Crichton. I just want to see how he does in a jumper.
I'm looking forward to what's his name?
Bronson Jerry.
I was right. Bronson Jerry. Yeah.
He needs a big performance because these trials matches is a time to just get back into the game, get used to it again, get fitness. I think if he struggles these next 2 games, he might not start the first game.
That's a big struggle for him. Yeah,
you could give him the
pressure's on him.
Benefit of that
because he's 4 years down the sideline.
But still, we like the point of preseason is to not have enough the errors in the game. So you need to improve on that. And if he's the cause of those mistakes, you don't want to have that in the first round, and that could be costly and we lose the game. When he's ready.
So it could be decisive. Like he needs to be playing better, and he needs to prove that he can make it.
You look at Alamori, what we did to him. We rushed him in, and we don't want to have
that
same
himself
situation.
But because you got to understand from Bronson Jerry that he had that 4 year of suspension. It wasn't the easiest thing. Like, all right, things happen in life.
The game's different.
You make mistakes, but you have to prove yourself and get better to be a better person. But now, because if he's stepping up to become a better player and he wants to prove himself to Serrato that I want this position, he's got to put his heart and his guts and his soul into the field. So I think he's going to play good for the season trial on Thursday, but I want to see Drew Hutchinson as well. I want to see him to prove himself.
You said you may you think that he might start over Sexton. You reckon?
I don't know. It's a 50-50 call because they're both good players.
Bruce says he did show a lot.
He did struggle a bit.
Of what he can bring to the team.
They'll
But
start
I
with
think
Sexton.
Sexton will start, but if Sexton doesn't perform, he'll get the call.
He might get the role.
Sexton didn't have a bad game last
No, he did in the last few games. He played all right.
So, yeah, it's good we have a variety of players because now when someone doesn't play in, that player comes in. So,
but I'm saying for Sexton, like he's the main 7, so you can put Hutchinson as a utility. So anything happens on the field, he'll just take Toby Sexton's role.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, that's a wrap up for league talk. Now we'll move on to some wrestle talk. I'm pretty sure you all watched the
press conference. Yeah,
of the press conference.
I watched the whole thing.
What crazy! First of all, now we know the fans got what they want. WWE backflip, Triple H didn't get what he wanted, and now we got Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. What a feeling!
Crazy. Well, that's it. That's all.
It's happening.
That's what the fans wanted.
Of course.
You ask, you shall receive.
Yeah,
of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, that's it. Triple H just delivered, man. Like if this was Vince McMahon, I said it last week. He would have been so stubborn. It would have been The Rock versus Roman at Mania. But we got our way.
Yeah.
We want Cody.
Yeah.
We're successful.
And it's happening.
Now. The Rock's turned heel now.
Yeah, that was
He
a
looks
big
mad.
moment.
He
Oh,
looks
man.
good.
That was good.
What a moment
Even
that
when he was
was
swearing as well, when Triple H was got interviewed by Kathy Kelly, and then that's when The Rock started.
How about, so I saw him first on the Pat McAfee show. He was saying Cody crybabies and whatnot. I'm like, did he just turn heel? Then the press conference happened. And then, man, we got Hollywood Rock back, man.
Well, here's a few things what Rock said. One of them goes, members of the press, the whole world, I introduce you to the Cody Crybabies.
Yeah.
That was a good line he pulled there. He goes, if you think that The Rock and Roman Reigns isn't the biggest main event in WrestleMania history, then in simple Rock terms, it doesn't matter what you think. Man.
Wow.
You're gonna say, it doesn't matter what you
It doesn't matter what you do.
See, that was the best because
Shut up and know your role.
ever since he came, he was using that term on
With the fans.
the heel
Yeah.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
But now he's used it onto
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fans. So that confirms his heel. That
Telling
was-
you, the Hollywood Rock's back, baby.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we get to see Hollywood Rock. 'cause
Yeah.
I
you
saw it.
probably
I saw it back
You
in the
probably-
days,
yeah,
back
you
in
saw it.
2004, I think 2003.
saw it.
I
We
think
haven't seen
the
it
best
yet, and it
part
looks
of
good.
that press conference and media is when he said, "If you like it, you
you
dislike
don't."
it," and the fans what?
Yeah.
What?
That was so good.
But you're gonna respect it.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Oh man,
What?
the Rock's so much better as a heel, man.
so good.
Like we all know he's a baby, like he's a natural baby face, but he's more natural of a heel. Than a
Yeah,
baby
he
Because
face.
is.
his promo skills is so good. It's
Yeah.
he knows how to like to roast the fans and that, which
Yeah.
it makes it so
And
much
as
better.
I said, like us two never got to witness him.
Yeah.
I didn't know how good of a heel he was until
Yeah.
that moment. He was like amazing.
When I saw
That
it back
press
in,
conference.
Maybe
Yeah.
just watching back old clips of
you
Hollywood
have,
Rock,
you
man.
you just have to
You'd
watch it.
see
I've
it,
seen
man.
it like on live television back in
Yeah.
2003, 2004. You have to see when how he was acting like the Hollywood Hilton version.
His acting skill came into
Yeah.
hand.
And
But he's
even-
funny too. But like,
even
yeah.
it
Came in
looks-
handy, so-
Roman looked so weird
Who?
for the reason
He looks like the B player.
it looks like
Yeah.
I
He
know
looked like a baby.
No,
Like-
as in like he's AT,
Yeah.
Roman's
but-
BT.
Yeah.
like he was following Roman. It just felt so
Following Rock,
What do
you
you
mean?
mean? You're following Rock,
sorry.
yeah.
Following the Rock, it just Roman did not feel the same.
Yeah.
Did they just end that whole hype around that match in like one segment? As you were saying, like that match was supposed to be about who's the head of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In one segment, as you were saying, he's walking behind the Rock.
Yeah.
So basically, he's the Rock's bitch.
No, look, you go the week before that Friday Night SmackDown. Rock comes out face to face. They're like they want to like attack each
And
other.
the handshake.
Come
as well.
back.
Yeah.
They shook hands. Like that's it. It's gonna happen.
But-
Cody comes out.
Yeah.
Lot
And
of
then
peop-
they're
but-
on together once.
Because how good
Yeah.
The Rock's acting was, a lot of people thought it wasn't scripted.
As in the
But
the
what-
switch in the storyline.
Yeah, not the switching when backstage what he was saying to Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people thought that was not
Yeah.
scripted.
Those,
It was
those, are
scripted,
the,
of
those,
course.
those are the 10-year-olds, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
it is. But not to mention, you had to see when Cody Rhodes interfered when Roman Reigns and The Rock when they were talking to each other, and then Cody Rhodes, he said to him to The Rock and Roman Reigns, like saying, if your grandfathers were here, both of them, they should be ashamed of yourself.
That would be ashamed.
Even when
Yeah.
the Roman said, "You're irrelevant, just like your dad."
Yeah.
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 And then,
And then it-
Cody
And then he said,
responded,
"How's Jay?"
You talk about family. He goes
When The Rock said it.
Here you're talking about family. Is that what the bloodline is? Let me ask you a question. How's Jay? And then he took off his-
Yeah,
Because I said,
everyone crazy
what
about
was
that
the point
reaction.
having like a WrestleMania press conference like 2 months before it's
Yeah.
gonna happen? But man, I'm
We
glad
needed
I saw
that.
that.
We'll have to say that.
We needed
like,
that.
that broke a lot of records. Like
Yeah.
it was the most viewed video, I think.
In a
most
long
viewed
time, I think.
Oh no, most viewed live stream on the WWE channel.
Wow.
I think like 4 mil or something. It
Oh, that's
broke a
good.
lot of records, man. You had like the Mac Life, like
Yeah.
the Mac Life. It's the MMA journalism channel, whatever.
Yeah.
They don't report on WWE. They were reporting that segment. A lot of media channel, MMAfighting.com was reporting it.
Yeah.
A lot of big media channels were
Sport,
reporting about
the main
this,
ones,
about
yeah.
what The Rock did and how he turned heel and about that whole segment. Even just the way like how he slapped Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
That was a crazy.
I wasn't expecting it, but then today on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins came in and he stood to Cody Rhodes. He's like, "I got your back," and like I stood right next to you because like how they were saying about The Rock and Reigns. He's saying they're just. He said something about like
You mentioned about I'm your shield.
Yeah, like I'm your
yeah,
shield.
that was a great segment.
That was a good segment. Like, I think that was the far best segment I've seen so far this year. But it looks like Seth Rollins going to be on his side with Cody Rhodes.
But before we get into that, how about what about what The Rock said? Triple H. About was it on SmackDown?
Yeah, how he said
it was like
I'm the one that's
exactly.
I'm the one that's in charge. Like I'm the one that's
that was a good.
That was a good segment too.
That was a very good.
So I think Triple H is doing the right.
A couple of weeks ago,
yeah,
we all personally, me, I thought Perth isn't going to be the best trip and best elimination chamber, but I think now it's going to be.
It's going to heat up.
What's going to happen now?
I think how I'm seeing, I think it's going to be Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
Versus Seth and Cody.
Because they're not going to be.
Yeah.
It's only if Seth's medical cleared.
Yeah, if he's medically clear.
Yeah.
Because this week, The Rock and Roman are coming together on the show. So
On
I don't think
SmackDown,
what's really the point of them being together just for the fun of it? There has to be a match coming up, like forward for them to like.
They're saying that it could The Rock versus Cody at Elimination Chamber. It could happen.
If Seth's not clear, you reckon? I don't know, Jay.
Then why is the WrestleMania 40 promo with The Rock and Roman together and
Cody?
Because
Because
I think night one they're going to do the tag team. It looks like it's going to be a tag team night one, and then night two will be Rhodes versus Reigns.
No, why would you do double duty?
Well, that's what they want.
Today at the start of the show, they just had Roman and Cody.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the. Yeah, I'm confused as well.
But Triple H said it's going to be. He didn't say it's going to be Cody and
Roman.
Yeah,
that's it.
But they
It
say
won't be
like
tag team.
what's it called?
Well, I said
it could be a tag team main event.
No,
at
it
WrestleMania
can't because Seth's got his title.
title.
Oh, yeah,
They're
that's right.
Yeah,
that's
but
They're not going to have two matches.
So it's Elimination Chamber then.
Yeah,
It has to be.
Maybe it's like a glimpse, maybe for Elimination Chamber if Rollins cleared to wrestle.
The best, the only chance is probably Elimination Chamber.
I think it's probably a tag team. It has to be.
That has to be.
It has to be.
Did you hear what like CM Punk said during the show?
What did he say?
While The Rock was on stage.
Yeah.
What did he say?
No.
Who's happy that Cody Rhodes slapped? No, who thinks Cody should have slapped The Rock?
No. Along the lines of if. What did he say? If that was me getting slapped, he's like, who wants to see Cody Rhodes punch The Rock in the mouth?
Yeah.
He's like, if that was me, I would have done it or something like that.
And
It just looks back.
Talking about CM Punk, there was also another one where it was. I think it was just when the show was starting.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's his name? The one that commentates.
Michael Cole. Yeah.
He was talking to CM Punk, and then CM Punk said, "Oh, where was all of you fans when I needed you?"
2013. That is so true. That is so true. Where were we, man? When Punk was getting screwed over by Vince McMahon in the WWE, Daniel Bryan had his moment.
Yeah.
Now Cody Rhodes is about to get his moment.
Yeah.
Why didn't CM Punk?
He never got his moment.
I argue CM Punk. Like
got it.
in comparison to Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes, he was the
most.
first one that should have got it.
100%.
There should have been like a Punk movement or something.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
probably, looking back at it, he probably feels a bit upset that he
100%.
He's still scarred from that moment.
Yeah, he did.
100%.
Yeah, he is, man.
He got robbed off his long title reign.
Yeah, he
got
did.
robbed off a main event in Mania. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
After that match against Taker as well, in WrestleMania as well, that stuffed him over, and then he went down.
There was a bit of truth in that.
There was a lot.
So do you
going
think
on.
Cody will finish his story about like?
He has to.
He has to win it,
man.
He has to finish the story.
Like 2 years
He
now,
has to.
like-
I think he
It's
will.
important.
It's just something. Look, I want Cody to win. That's the reason we're all saying we want Cody.
Yeah.
But something inside of me, just a little percent of like within me, I
With
think
Roman Reigns, huh?
Roman's winning it.
No, you know
I
what?
think Cody. There's no point for making this match
Yeah.
happen and not let Cody win.
Yeah.
I think he's winning, but just something's telling me.
Yeah, I know,
just
but
so Roman's gonna
I
win.
think
But the
Rock-
problem- yeah.
I think The Rock
Yeah.
could impact Roman's chance of
Yeah,
winning,
and
and
then
It
That's
cost him,
not
yeah.
with The Rock and Roman.
But I'm
No,
just.
but why would
yeah.
you waste 2 Manias in a row?
Yeah, see, that's the big question mark.
as I
there.
said
Like,
again, the unpredictability. Like we don't know what's gonna happen.
But
Yeah.
why would you just waste the Mania main event again?
Nah, he'll win it.
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Cody
Rhodes,
Rhodes will
yeah.
win. I'm saying I think The Rock might cost Roman the belt.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
maybe they build something from that.
yeah,
Maybe.
it could be.
Because if Cody's gonna win,
Yeah.
if he does not win, then you would have just left The Rock and Roman.
But there's no point for The Rock anymore after Mania. So why would he interfere against Roman? When would he face Roman? SummerSlam? Would
Maybe.
Would they build it up for 1 year?
Yeah.
Maybe it could.
I think they still want to see that match.
Yeah.
And I feel it could. That's what I'm saying. There could be a chance where that might happen, and they slowly build it up to SummerSlam. But again, it might be Rock appears at WrestleMania, and that's it. We don't see.
But it'd make Cody's moment less.
It ruins his moment.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
So, or maybe the following night, Rock appears again on SmackDown. Maybe that. So again, it literally could, anything happen.
This is a good issue to have with WWE. There's many storylines that can create.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
crazy.
you say. Vince, we knew what was happening.
Yeah.
But Triple H.
I don't think it would ruin Cody Rhodes. Look, if Cody Rhodes wins it, then he'll have his moment, 5-10 minutes, him with the fans cheering and that. And then I think Roman will be in the ring on his own. He'll stand up. Everyone's like clapping him. He had a good reign and that. The Rock comes out, like hugging him and that. And then maybe that starts a new storyline. Something like that.
But before we move on to combat talk, I want to get your thoughts on this quote, Cody Rhodes. We missed it. He goes, "What is this match about? Who sits at the head of the table? What is it matter when neither of you have been doing the cooking for 2 years?"
That got me.
Oh, that was good.
They put it on spot, man.
He put it on the spot. Man.
He put on the spot, both of them.
Yeah.
Right there. That was a crazy line I just said.
Yeah, like,
For
it's
2
true,
years,
man,
bro.
it's true.
2 years.
Who's been doing the cooking? Him and Seth.
Exactly.
Of course.
Roman for 4 years, like 31 title defenses.
Yeah.
And
Then The Rock
just
hasn't been. It rocks up when he wants
now.
to.
So you can understand why, like, when he says that, it's like 80% of him, he truly means that.
Yeah.
You know, there's that somewhere him and Seth are angry that these two don't rock up a lot, but they still get more than what they receive, you know?
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
again, there's that, they have that problem with
Cody's rejected Seth's offer for the belt. He's versing Roman now, but who's going to verse Seth now? I think Drew McIntyre.
That's what I'm going to say. Drew McIntyre. I think he's going to win the chamber. I think he's going to be the favorite. Because he said it today. He's the underdog. After when everything that happened to him and after when he confronted to Rollins and that. Yeah. So in my head's telling me that Drew McIntyre will win that chamber. But I don't know if Randy Orton could be maybe a surprise winner.
To see Randy win.
I would love to see it.
Maybe
Because they've had their rivalry back in 2015. You remember WrestleMania?
Yeah.
After when they had the controversial with Best for Business and with Authority as well. So I would love to see that, but I think McIntyre's going to win it for
Randy's
sure.
a big shout.
Yeah, he will.
I feel maybe we might see a Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn might cost.
Nah, he's out.
Sami Zayn at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. No,
he's
not in the elimination chamber.
he's
But
not?
I said he might cause a problem in that match where Drew McIntyre loses because of him.
Yeah.
So maybe Randy does have a chance at winning that match, and then
That'll
he
be
goes
good.
to
LA
WrestleMania.
Knight, he got one. He won against who was it? Ivor.
Yeah.
So he could be a surprise as well. So there's a lot of
I
surprises.
think he'll get Logan.
Yeah, I think they're saying the rumors too about Logan for the US title Mania. But I'm saying Drew McIntyre. He's going to be one hell of a wrestler, bro. He's going to win it.
Yeah.
So
that's your.
He deserves it.
What about you, Samuel?
I think it could be Randy or Drew McIntyre.
It's one of it. You have to say one of it.
I think Randy.
Like,
Randy or Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, well, anyways, that's a wrap up for Wrestle Talk, and we'll move on for Bill.
Oh, you forgot one more thing about Jey Uso and Gunther.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Jey Uso. He's facing
Gunther next week.
Next week.
For
the
Monday
Night Raw.
For the title.
I thought it was that Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, that's what
It
I thought.
It should have been chamber.
That's what I'm saying.
It should have been at least chamber, man.
Now I know he won't win it.
That's how you know. Yeah, that's how you know he's going to retain.
No, maybe he'll win it. You don't know.
No.
Do you think so?
No, he won't win it.
Do you think so?
He won't
What
win
do you
it.
think? What do you think, Bashara? What do you think, Bashara? Would he win it?
Look, it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. Gunther, bro, his winning streak. How many days already? Nearly 600 days.
600 days.
600 days? Past 600 days.
5 or maybe.
I don't know. That's a tough
I
decision,
think you
man.
can dethrone him.
No, yeah, with those big slaps. Boom,
As
boom.
I said, I think if it was that Elimination Chamber, Jay could have won it.
Yeah,
but he's
I
not
would
gonna-
love to see a chamber. Like, imagine the Aussie crowd cheering for Jey Uso,
Yeah,
winning that
man,
title.
it'd be crazy.
That'll be insane,
That'd be
man.
crazy.
Unless they get a rematch there, who knows?
Maybe it could happen. I don't know. I can't say much, but we have to wait and see next
it'll be
week.
Jay and Gunther at Elimination Chamber, and Jimmy comes down, prevents him from winning. They build that storyline for WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I can see why that Jey Uso's taking the title shot next week because I think he will lose it. That's in my opinion because they're building the storyline with Jey Uso and his brother Jimmy at Mania. So they want to see it for the first time ever. So that's going to be a good match, that one.
Yeah.
So,
but anyways, that's a wrap up for Wrestle Talk. Now time for some combat talk. All right, time for some combat talk. Anthony, our boy Alexander Volkanovski faces Ilia Topuria at UFC 298 this weekend. Man, let's reveal our predictions about these fights. There's a lot of fights this week, man. On that main card, it's a big fighters,
massive card. Top tens. There's a lot.
Henry Cejudo on that card. You got
Ian Gary. You got Jeff Neal. You got Paulo Costa as well. There's a lot.
Let's get straight into it, man. There's not a lot of topics for this week for combat talk, so we're just going to give our predictions for 298, and that'll be about it. So, Anthony, you want to start us off?
Yep. So we got the bantamweight bout division. So we got Henry Cejudo versus Merab Davishvili.
I don't know how to say his name. It's a stylistic matchup.
But it's his return as well.
Henry
Cejudo.
I know. He hasn't faced since the Sterling fight. He hasn't fought.
Yeah, that's right.
But he lost. But Merab is 33 years of age. Henry Cejudo is 37.
Wow.
Age could play as a factor in this fight. Look, what are your opinions about this fight? Who do you think wins this?
I'm going to stick with Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
Because he lost by a split decision the last fight against Sterling.
Yeah.
Look, he has everything that he needs in the octagon, I would say. So I think he'll be prepared and he's focused and he's ready to bounce back after how he lost.
Look, he is triple champ.
He's a triple C.
Triple C, as he calls
That's
himself.
why he calls it.
But double champ in the UFC, man. You can't look past his accomplishments. But does he still have it? Look, looking back at that Sterling fight, you saw the loss of confidence that Henry Cejudo possesses right now, man. He doesn't have the same confidence. He was overthinking his shots on the ground, on the feet. That's why I think Merab has an advantage over him, because Merab is good on the feet. But if Merab tries to get on the ground, it's going to be a tough night for himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all know Henry Cejudo is champion in the jiu-jitsu scene, and look, I'm excited to see this fight. But who wins this fight?
That's a tough man.
I'm gonna say Merab. Merab wins this fight via decision. I feel like
it's going to go all around for sure, 3 rounds.
But look, we'll see how it goes. Merab does have great cardio too.
Yeah,
they both. We'll see, man. Like I really couldn't tell, but if I had to pick one, it has to be Merab.
I'm going to stick with Henry Cejudo. The next fight we got welterweight division. We got Ian Gary versus Jeff Neal. That's going to be an exciting fight.
Good fight.
I'm sticking with Ian Gary. Ian Gary, he's getting better every single fight, man. Yeah. He's actually stepped up to the game. His strikes are so good. His takedowns are very well standing as well. So he's doing a perfect job. Jeff Neal has been pressing a lot with Dana White, especially with the UFC Fight Night fights the last few times. Yeah. So it's going to be a hard battle, that one.
Did he lose against Neil? He lost against Neil Magny.
Jeff Neal he actually did. No, he lost. No, the last fight he lost against Rakhmonov.
Not the last fight, but I'm saying he lost against Neil Magny, but Ian Gary won against Neil Magny.
That's correct, yeah.
So, look, Ian Gary's moving. He's moved to a new gym in Brazil.
Yeah.
And a poor bloke, man. He's copped a lot of criticism online about his personal life or whatever. Could that play a factor? Could that get into his head? Who knows? He hasn't fought since.
Yeah.
But look, talking about the fight itself, Ian Gary's low kicks are his strongest point.
It is.
And Jeff Neal, he tends to have that high guard. So those leg kicks are going to hit all day.
It's going to hurt him.
It's going to hit all day for him.
It's going to hurt him so hard.
But look, does he have a game plan to avoid those leg kicks? Maybe Jeff Neal, maybe he's got a game plan to avoid them. But and even another thing, Ian Gary is the taller fighter. I think he's 6'3".
I think he is 6'3".
And Jeff Neal is 5'11".
Yeah.
But the thing is, Ian Gary has a shorter reach, shorter arm span.
Yeah.
But Jeff Neal has a longer arm span.
He does, yeah.
So I've been hearing a lot online saying, can Jeff Neal tag Ian Gary because of that longer reach? Because we've seen Ian Gary's chin. It's not really the best. He's been dropped a couple of times. I've seen him. A lot of people have seen Ian Gary get dropped, and if Jeff Neal stands and bangs with Ian Gary, especially with that longer reach, he's going to tag him. He's going to drop him. So could that be could that end the fight? Who knows? But who's going to win this fight? I don't know,
it's going to be a tough fight.
This is another tough one.
I think this is going to be I reckon it's going to be by split decision, all the way. So it's going to be a split decision. Maybe, I don't know.
And don't forget, Ian Gary's undefeated right now.
Yeah, he is.
So I feel
it's a 50-50
I feel
call.
Ian Gary scrapes to win via decision.
He might just win it just by luck.
I feel like those leg kicks will.
Yeah, I think that's going to help him.
It will, definitely.
It's going to help him for sure.
If Jeff Neal doesn't...
Yeah, if he can last, but...
That's if he doesn't doesn't figure out those leg kicks.
But if Ian Gary stops him in the first round, I think Jeff Neal's done. Like, I think Ian Gary's going to probably stop him with those leg kicks. That's going to be dangerous on him.
The stand and bang, man. Like, it could defeat him on the feet. But look, Ian Gary, he does have some great takedown defense.
Yeah, he does.
But look, we'll see how this fight turns out, man. I'm excited for this one.
So what's your prediction?
I'm saying Ian Gary wins fair decision.
I think Ian Gary. I think I'm going to say Ian Gary split decision.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a tough fight. Yep. So we got co-main event. We got Paul Acosta versus Robert Whittaker, the Aussie favourite. Yeah. Robert Whittaker, he has everything he needs. His jiu-jitsu, his takedowns, his strikes. I love his strikes, especially the last fight, the fight that I watched back in 2017, I think, or 16, when he versed Derek Brunson. Yeah. Those strikes were dangerous. Yeah. I want to see that type of combination, that techniques to Paul Acosta, because Paul Acosta is a bit of a cocky bloke. Sorry, my language, but I just don't like Paul Acosta in general. He's just He's just too much.
He's a pull-out merchant.
He is, and he's a bully as well.
Exactly, man. But the thing with Paul Acosta is does he have the knockout power? The only way to get Whittaker is if you knock him out. We saw that against Duplessis, how we knocked him out.
Yeah, he did.
That's why I don't feel like he has that knockout power. He's dropped a lot of opponents, in the past, but could he stop Whittaker? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I feel like Whittaker is the better all-rounder fighter.
But Paul Acosta, he was very lucky that he won against Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
The last fight when Luke Rockhold retired. Yeah. He was just very lucky. You know, Luke Rockhold just kept going at it the whole time.
That's right.
But the way I saw Paul Acosta, he had no energy in him. I don't know how he managed to win that fight against Luke Rockhold. Yeah. It just makes no sense. But I can see Robert Whittaker is prepared for this fight, and I think he will win this fight. I think hopefully he'll win by submission, or I think he'll win by round 2 or round 3. I hope that happens.
You're right. He could submit him.
Yeah.
I feel like if he uses his speed to his advantage, Whittaker,
absolutely,
and applies that pressure onto Paul Acosta, it would be a very long night for Paul Acosta, man. Who's going to win this fight? I feel like Whittaker stops him round 3.
Yeah.
Say round 2. I'm gonna say Whittaker. Look, Whittaker wants that title back. He wants that middleweight title. So if he wins this fight, he could have a chance to rematch Duplessis. He said it in a press conference.
Of course.
He still wants to face him again.
Of course.
So I feel like mixed with his ability in the ring, mixed with his hunger, he wants that title back.
Yeah.
I reckon Whittaker gets it done early, round 2.
And he's number 3 ranked in the middleweight division.
That's right.
So he can still get a title shot as well.
There.
If he does win against Paul Acosta, I think he deserves to go for another title shot. So I'm saying Robert Whittaker is going to win the fight, probably by TKO, maybe round 2.
Anyways, main event time. I'm scared for this fight.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Yeah.
Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria.
Ilia Topuria, he's a dangerous Spanish fighter, man.
I don't know, man. What are you saying?
This is tough. This is tough as hell, man. Yeah. They both won both fights as well. So Alexander Volkanovski, he won against Makachev. He lost. Sorry, and Perth. My bad. My apologies. Ilia Topuria. So he won against Emmett. Josh Emmett, wasn't it? Yeah, Josh Emmett. So this is going to be...
And look, man, again, Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
That bloke, did you see what he did to Bryce Mitchell?
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm saying. He's a knockout merchant, man. This bloke...
He put him in concussed. He concussed him hard.
As in, Topuria beat that guy. Like, he had every right to get knocked out, Topuria. He's willing to stand and bang with his fighters. That's why I'm scared for this fight. Look, we've heard rumblings online. Is Volkanovski too old? He's coming off a loss, a devastating loss against Makachev in his last fight. Is he too old? Will he get defeated for the first time in the featherweight divisions? These are all the questions that are being asked. Yeah. Man, I don't got the answers. We're going to find out this week.
Yeah.
But look,
this is a tough decision.
Talk about confidence. Topuria, in his bio, he said he's already featherweight champion.
Yeah.
He's got a documentary coming out, The Road to the Title. That's how confident.
That's the scary thing about that.
That's how confident he is that he's going to win this title. This is giving me glimpses of a big megastar. Megastar we all know and love.
It's giving you the butterflies.
No. When I say the big megastar we all know and love, who do you think about when I say that? Who's the biggest megastar in the
Conor
MMA? Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
This is giving me that vibe from when he faced an undefeated for 10 years, Jose Aldo. This is giving me those vibes. A lot of people have been saying that online. An undefeated fighter in Volkanovski versus an undefeated fighter in Ilia Topuria, saying all these remarks, saying he's going to be champion. He's put it in his bio. He's making a documentary. A hungry fighter is always going to win, man.
And he's confident to win it.
Look, Always going to back the Aussies, no matter
100%.
what. No matter what. I want Volkanovski to win, but is his time as featherweight champion over?
Coming to an end?
Is his prime over? Is that's it? Is it done for Volkanovski? I don't know, man. Like
we have to wait and see till Sunday. Like, so, but you got to understand that his title defense. How many title defense Alex Volkanovski done the last 3 years?
He's been undefeated for 6 years.
6 years.
4 to 6 years.
Yeah, 4 to 6 years.
So that's what I'm saying. It's giving me glimpses of that Jose Aldo.
Since he won the title against was that Max Holloway back in 2019. I remember that. 2019 or 2020.
I think it was 2019.
Yeah. So he's been undefeated since then with those title defenses, but. You got to understand that he lost against Makachev at Perth last year.
Without a camp.
Without the title.
So look, man, like his cardio still stands up to par.
Yeah, he's still fit.
He's always going to put the pressure.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's going to play a different game plan in this fight against Topuria.
Yeah.
Because Topuria is a copy of Volkanovski in a way. He's got the cardio, he's got the jiu-jitsu, he's got the striking. So I feel like Volkanovski is going to be on that back foot a bit in this fight, just to fight his fight.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to serve him justice in the fight for Volkanovski. We're going to have to wait and see.
Well, yeah.
But look, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I don't know what to say either. But this is going to be the toughest fight. I think it's going to be a toughest fight for him.
Exactly.
The toughest challenge
for
actually
Volkanovski.
out of all fights that he's versed. Like I said a million times, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, who else there was?
That Brian Ortega still gets me, man.
That Chinese fighter, Korean fighter.
Korean Zombie.
Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
He defeated him.
That's what I'm saying, man.
But this fight is going to be a tough challenge for Alexander Volkanovski. But for the prediction, I'm going to say it's a tough decision, man.
I'm just going to say
look, I'm not nervous or anxious or anything, but my gut feeling is telling me that Alexander Volkanovski, he's going to win by a unanimous decision. Look, it's going to be a 50-50 decision.
I'm always going to back the Aussies. Look, I've got Volkanovski there on my wall.
I believe it too. He's the great.
He's the great. He's the great. Alexander the Great.
But I don't want to see him to lose the title.
But Anthony, all good things must come to an end.
I know.
I feel like Alexander Volkanovski's time as champion is going to end.
It reminds me of The Undertaker when he had the undefeated streak in WrestleMania.
Exactly. But I'm saying, again, back to my point. A hungry fighter is always going to beat a fighter that's been at the top of the food chain for a very long time. We've seen it. We've seen it in the past in the UFC. Again, Jose Aldo McGregor. Yeah. Who would have ever thought Jose Aldo, a 10-year undefeated Jose Aldo, will lose?
Just lost like that within 13 seconds.
A hungry fighter's always going to win. Look, I hate to say it, but I feel like Topuria wins. How does he win? I feel like he stops Volkanovski.
Do you think so?
I feel like he stops him in round 4. I feel like
it's tough.
There'll be a filling out phase at the early rounds, and then Topuria is going to figure out Volkanovski. As I said, I feel like Volkanovski is going to be on that back foot, trying to fight his fight. It's not going to serve him justice. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Look, but I feel like then by round 4, I feel like Topuria gets it done, knockout.
It's gonna be a toughest fight, I think, this year. So 2024 is going to be the toughest fight for Volkanovski, but I pray that he will retain it and keeps going with that legacy.
Please God.
I hope.
Please God. Yeah.
I think every Aussie fan is probably waiting for that, to say that he's going to keep that streak going. And I think he's going to defend the more to become one of the greatest of all time.
Hopefully, man.
In that featherweight division.
And hopefully gets a double champ status.
I hope he does get a double champ.
That'll be amazing.
Look, you know what? I want to ask you one question. Yeah. If he does win against Topuria, do you think he'll get his rematch with Makachev? I
feel like there's going to be
another controversial one.
No. There's going to be a number of title defenses in the featherweight division before he can face Makachev again.
Before he retires later on.
No, before that lightweight belt. Yeah. No, I feel like give him another 2 title defenses in that featherweight division. Then whoever has the belt at lightweight, could be Oliveira, could be Makachev. Then you feed him to Volkanovski, or you feed Volkanovski to him.
But he did say that he wanted to step up to middleweight. The division with Charles Oliveira and
the lightweight division.
So
he still wants to go up.
He still wants to go up.
You give him another 2 title defenses in his own division if he wins against Topuria, and then he moves up again.
Exactly.
Whoever has the belt.
If he does step up to the light,
I hope to God, Anthony, he wins this weekend, man.
I pray that he will.
To get knocked out the way he did against Makachev. That's another thing going into this fight. The mental state of Volkanovski. We've seen him cry. We've seen him break down after the fight. Even now, it's very emotional still about that fight.
He does.
So like as much as he says he's gonna put that on the wayside, it is what it is. It happened. Whatever happened. It's still, I feel like it still gets to him. So like it could affect him in this fight this weekend. We're gonna have to wait and see, man.
But I don't want to see him retire. I want him to keep his legacy going. Yeah. His legacy, I reckon he's still got another 4 or 5 years in him.
4 5
and
he's
still
years.
Fit in his age of 35.
Man, he's still got that cardio on him, I'll tell you that.
Oh, he's crazy. You got to see his training videos.
Oh, man, crazy.
I've seen it on
videos
Instagram, YouTube. It's insane.
But anyways, We're going to have to wait and see for this weekend. But that's about it for Combat Talk for this week. Now moving on to some football talk.
It's astonishing. It's absolutely...
All right, Shabal, now for some football talk. I hope you guys are all enjoying the podcast. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment if you haven't already. And now, Arsenal thrash West Ham. The Hammers 6-0. What a win for Arsenal.
Yeah, it was surprisingly, we performed well. I didn't expect a score like that. I knew we could win, especially with that big win against Liverpool 3-1. But I didn't see that coming 6-0. I think Saka is slowly coming back into form. He's got for 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 games, I'm pretty sure. Martinelli, he's been consistent. Still hasn't scored a goal in 2 games. Oh, he scored against Liverpool, but still, we can see a bit more better from Martinelli. It's just overall a great performance. Declan Rice, especially him. I think man of the match was between him or Ødegaard. I still think Ødegaard was a bit better. Just he always dropped deep. Then he came with the ball, dragged it along with him with his feet to create any chances. But it was a great performance. Now we're only 1 point behind Liverpool. It's a 3-horse race, basically.
So between first to third, it's a 2-point difference. As you said, 3-horse race. But I feel ever since Arsenal, had that break, they went to Dubai. Everything's, they restarted in a way. And again, all the players looking like it's a start of the season.
It's
like
good
Saka's,
to see. Look, we needed that break. Just before that, nothing was going our way. Set pieces we were terrible, conceding too many goals, weren't scoring enough goals. Yeah, we didn't sign a striker in the January transfer window, but still, what we've got now, we've got that break, and ever since then, everyone is performing. Ben White is turning back to how he's performing last year. Look, I'm not the biggest David Raya fan, but I have to admit the last couple of, I'll say 2 months, he's been really good. Not making a lot of saves just because the way we set up, it's hard for teams to break us down and have a lot of shots. And even against the big teams like Liverpool, they didn't have any chances, as well as West Ham. So Raya's distribution has been fantastic, on point. And now I'm starting to see why Arteta puts him ahead of Aaron Ramsdale, just because of that quickness within him when he catches the ball from a corner kick and he straight away kicks the ball to Martinelli. He releases the ball immediately, and that's what allows us to make sure our attacking play is faster, efficient, and it's great to see. But again, it's still early. 24 games played. We've got 12 games left. City are a game behind, and again, we've got that match at Etihad very, very soon. We still got to go to Old Trafford, Tottenham Hotspur's ground. So still tough games coming. Yeah. I don't think we're going to win it just because of Man City. I think we are a better team than Liverpool. But it's going to be very, very close.
I think Arsenal, as you said, the fans and the club, they have to just not get ahead of themselves because, as Daniel said, at this stage, you guys were 6 points clear. So,
again, we've
matured again, for example, Arsenal, the year when they missed out of Champions League, they matured. They made it.
Same
this
thing
year,
here.
you mature, you grow, you learn, and who knows, you could go one step further. But again, you just got to stay focused and just stay calm because you don't want to get too complacent and feel, okay, we're beating this team 5-0, we're beating this team 6-0. We're walking through.
And since when we went to Dubai, I think, what was the FA Cup period and that? Before that, we were on our midterm break. After somewhere around that, we scored the most goals in the Premier League, 16 goals in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
And we've conceded only 2 goals. So I honestly think Liverpool, we should have kept a clean sheet. Even against Nottingham Forest, 2 goals we conceded from just silly defensive errors. So I think we're heading in the right direction. It's looking good. We've got Burnley this week. It'll be tough. It always seems to be 1-0 at Turf Moor. Always. Every single time we played it, it's 1-0. So it's going to be a tough game. I don't think it's going to be a thrashing, but I'm looking forward for it.
Yeah, well, even Arsenal fans didn't think it would be a thrashing against West Ham. So, again, with the form Arsenal in, they could, put damage on Burnley, especially Burnley, who have been struggling. They're not the best still, in that relegation zone. And, of course, are going to be fighting for that spot come to the end of the season. But, it's looking good for Arsenal. They're improving. But we'll move on to now my club, Man United.
Yeah.
We continue our win streak. 3 wins on the trot now. And we're 6 points off top 4. And Ten Hag did mention it. He did say that once we get our full team, we will have an identity. We'll start playing the way we want to play. And, of course, when you have Casemiro injured, Lissandro Martinez injured, Luke Shaw out, and you get where you're changing and chopping defenses. We've had 10 centre-back pairings this whole year. It just shows we haven't had a consistent defense, even squad throughout the whole year, and that's what's affected us. But as I said, he said that once we get the team, we're going to start playing good. And
one loss in 8 games is quite good.
We're doing better.
Very good.
Yeah, and that's mentioning to that stat. When the new owners, ever since they came, 8 games, 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So they've really had a massive impact. Not like a direct impact, but an indirect impact. Like their presence, you know, the vibe around the club. You know, we know there's going to be changes now, especially in the football side of things. So which is good, and it's an important thing. Now, the fans, again, the players are buying into what Ten Hag really wants to do. And again, it just shows when we had our full strength team, we were playing very good. Like against Wolves, we were playing very good. Against West Ham, Aston Villa, sorry, it wasn't the best, but we played good. West Ham, we played good. So we're starting to see something. Lissandro Martinez is out now, so it's going to affect the way we want to play, because even Ten Hag said that with him in the squad, we play the way we want to play. But with Lissandro out and Maguire in, it's going to change. But Maguire has been fantastic. So it's looking good right now. But again, we just got to stay focused. And, you know, that thrashing, that embarrassing defeat is just, you know, 1 game away. So we've got to stay focused.
How I see it is, look, when the season started, Rashford wasn't performing. Bruno Fernandes wasn't performing.
Yeah.
The whole team, we can say, wasn't performing. And during those times where things are not going your way, you need your big players to perform. And now I look at it, it's more of your young players performing. Garnacho, you got your Hoyland, McTominay,
Kobe Mainoo.
all those young players performing. But my biggest concern for United is that when things start to go down a bit, when your younger players aren't performing, the players I've mentioned, where's your big players? Bruno Fernandes, Rashford have not been performing all season. So when your players are not performing, the younger players, is it just going to go back to stage 1 where you start to not see the performance you've been seeing from United in recent weeks?
To be fair, Rashford has been better. He's got 4 goals in 5 games or something. So he is improving. And I see there's been a big difference in his attitude, especially in that game against West Ham. We won 3-0. He was smiling. He was happy. He wasn't being selfish. He was passing it to Hoyland, passing to Garnacho, thinking about the team more. And now with him being 26, he's not a youngster anymore. He's now a leader. He's a senior. So he has to now really change roles. And, you know, I'm not a young one. I'm not a youngster anymore. I got to help the young ones to be better, to be successful. And again, as I said, Rashford has been a bit better. And I agree with you in a way that the likes of Kobe Mainoo, Hoyland, Garnacho, they're the ones that have been standing out throughout this whole season. But again, I feel that could be because of the reason of the leaders we have around them. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. Yes, Bruno hasn't been the best, but I remember when he was producing goals and assists, everyone's saying, oh, he's a stat padder. But I think what he brings to the team is very important. The way he instantly switches the ball. You know, when he's in pressure, he switches it to the right hand to make more space and he creates a lot of chances. And I feel Bruno is, you know, very underrated in many ways. And I think he doesn't get the praise that he deserves. Of course, sometimes he can be the scapegoat. Like, people put the blame on him. Like, what's he doing? He's not doing anything. Yeah. But when really, he does a lot. And the problem with Bruno, I feel, is, again, his attitude problem. He, moans a lot. He gets angry a lot. Gets angry at the players. And sometimes, to an extent, yes, get angry at the player, but don't always, if they don't pass to you, get angry. You want to help them, support them. And and that's how I see it. But it's important that now we're in a period where we're winning games and we just got to build confidence, because if we want to get top 4, which is a big chance, we've got to keep on winning.
Top 5 maybe.
Top 5. If
there's a 77% chance that top 5 will be going to the Premier League, which is good for United and the other teams.
And we still got Arsenal at home, which is winnable. We still got City away, which we'll probably lose that. So Chelsea away.
You still got big games coming up.
Still big games, but again, I'm feeling confident. And again, just game by game, and just finally we have something to smile about. We're happy the way we're playing.
Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United, good signs in the clubs. The form they're going in, there's good signs. Now Chelsea, they've got, of course, the win today, 7 a.m. kickoff. They had a match against Palace, 3-1 victory. They scored a goal. I think it was Lerma that scored the goal in the first half. And then Conor Gallagher got 2, and then Enzo Fernandez got the 3rd goal. So still lots of things to improve for Chelsea. they were on back-to-back defeats recently. They lost to Wolves, and they also had a game. Who did they verse before Wolves? They conceded 4 goals. Was it Liverpool?
Liverpool.
So they needed that win. And now, look, European football is probably out of the picture right now. Maybe Conference League, maybe just the club, the position the club's in right now. Maybe a European League, like the Conference League, would do them well, especially with the squad they have. But yeah, Potter, do you think he'll get sacked? I think, look, you cannot keep on sacking the manager. Like, there was this stat about Graham Potter when he was in coach. Out of the first 31 or 41 games he's coached, he's had a better record. He got 1 extra point more than what Poch has now. So I think sacking him isn't the answer right now. Look, I made a video on TikTok about Jose Mourinho could be the answer short term, not long term. I think that would be a great solution for them now. I think he's that coach that can get the best out of that Chelsea team. He's got the experience. He's won many trophies. He's won 2 Premier League trophies for Chelsea back in 04-05 and 14-15. So he's got that experience and he loves the club a lot.
But then again, like, I don't think Jose's a coach who will say, I'll just sign for 2 years, fix the club and go. I think if he's doing good, they're going to sign him, get into the emotion of he's doing good. You know, he's got us back in Champions League. And we know Jose eventually starts to drain off and then they're in this cycle again. So Jose Mourinho could be a good solution. But again, there's a big risk where, you know, he might do good. They sign him to another extension. It doesn't work out.
That's why I think, look, don't sack him. I think there's no point sacking him right now. Look, there's Xabi Alonso on the market. I think he's going to go Liverpool. Or maybe he's that manager that wants to stay at Bayer Leverkusen and build a legacy there and make him the best team in the world. But yeah, there's no point sacking him. I still think he's got a lot to prove, despite him spending so much money in the transfer window. Next year is where we get to see what he can produce. First season, okay, we let it slide. But heading into his second season as Chelsea manager, big things need to happen. I think Champions League spot is required. I think they need a style. And I think they need to be competing or maybe not contending for the league, but at least competing for top 4. That's how I see it.
Well, look, they're in the Carabao Cup as well. So if they can get that Cup, season,
Villa 2.
You know, if they can get that and the way their season's going, if they get a trophy, it might just save him at the end of the season, or they might just look at it, you know what, you didn't win us the trophy, we're paying poor, mid-table, you know, we're going to get rid of you.
And the FA Cup too.
FA Cup. So look, they're in a race, they're in a chance, but Chelsea need to really fix up what they're doing, otherwise it's going to be...
Enzo Fernandez has stepped up, he's been scoring goals. Gallagher, what I've been hearing, he's been their best player this year. Even, is his name Gusto? Or Gusto, yeah. He's been a very good addition to their team. Reece James has been coming in and out of the team due to injury. He's been a good addition. Look, they can build something. They've got a good team. Like, individually, they're good. But as a team, they're not... They don't work well. So it's about the manager getting the team to have some sort of style. Like I've mentioned a couple of weeks ago, it's so important that they have a style. You look at Arsenal, it took time for us to build that style, but now we have a style and everyone knows what they have to do on that field. And that's what Chelsea need.
Well, look, Premier League, again, it's right at the end. We're slowly creeping to the end and you start to get an understanding where teams will be, how they're going to finish the season. But before we wrap up the football talk, we've got a segment to go, Who Said This? So if you guys follow us on Instagram, or if not, make sure you follow us and you can hop onto this quiz and, you know, put your answers in. So, Chabel, first quote, 3 for me and 2 for them. So is it Antonio Conte, Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, or Jurgen Klopp?
Ooh, say it again.
3 for me and 2 for them.
3 for me and 2 for them. Who was the options?
Conte, Mourinho, Wenger, or Klopp?
Has to be Mourinho. Because 3, yeah. And he was compared with all the managers.
Tottenham,
yeah.
This does not slip now. Harry Kane, Frank Lampard, Wayne Rooney, or Steven Gerrard? Gerrard, correct. Errors come to an end. Is it Ten Hag, Arteta, Ferguson, or Thomas Tuchel?
Ooh, was that Arteta? Say it again. Errors come to an end. So Ten Hag, Arteta,
Sir Alex Ferguson, or Thomas Tuchel?
I think Arteta said that.
Arteta?
Yeah.
It's Eric Ten Hag. He said on his first interview when he came.
Okay. I swear Arteta said that recently. Something around errors.
Dilly ding, dilly dong. Zlatan, Claudio Ranieri, Thomas Muller, Antonio Conte.
Claudio and Mary.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Hit me up on WhatsApp. Did Akinfenwa say it? Peter Crouch, Bakary Sagna, or Troy Deeney?
Oh, these are hard ones. Say it again. Just
Hit me up on WhatsApp.
and say the options one more time.
Akinfenwa, Peter Crouch, Bakary Sagna, or Troy Deeney?
I'll go Chordini.
Akinfenwa.
I knew it. I knew it.
You surely know this one. What a baby. What a
Roy
big baby.
Keane.
Roy Keane, exactly. And yeah, so you finished on
I think 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6,
That's
which
good.
is respectable. I'm the one that created it.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, that's a wrap up to football talk, and we'll go back with the boys to wrap up the podcast.
Anyways, that's a wrap up for episode 59 of the Touchline Podcast. Beautiful talk, boys, as usual.
That's good.
I forgot to mention at the start of the video, big guests coming this month on the Touchline Podcast.
Huge.
The one of the guests we got is huge. Like you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Like we're still shocked on how we got it. I got
Big
this
surprise.
person. Massive surprise. So stay tuned this month. The Touchline Podcast again. It's a Touchline takeover.
Yeah.
We're here to take over this year. So yeah, I just can't wait for that.
Me too.
I know the boys can't wait.
I can't wait as well.
But yeah, if you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment down below, and till the next episode. Catch you later.
See ya.